Okay, so the review for the matrices test. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and write, I'm going to write what the dimensions are of each one of these, just so that we can easily think about these. So this is a 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 3. This is a 3 by 3, and this is a 2 by 3. So the first one is asking AB in order to multiply those together. So these two numbers need to be exactly the same. They are, so I can multiply that together, and I'll end up with a 2 by 3. So I'm going to write maybe, okay, I'm going to write 5, 3, 2, negative 10. And then the B I'm going to do over here is 9, negative 1, 2, negative 3, 4, 1. And I know this makes it easier for some of you guys. So I'm going to do, let's see, 9 times 5 is 45, minus 9, that's going to get me a 36. And then the next column over, I'm going to get negative 5 plus 12, which is 7. And then I'm going to get 10 plus 3, which is 13. And then next, I'm going to get 2 times 9, which is 18, plus 30. Oh, that was weird looking 30. It's 30. That's going to get me 48. And then I'm going to take 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2, plus, minus 40, so negative 42. And I'm going to take 2, that's a 4, that's a negative 10, so a negative 6. Okay, so I'm going to erase my extra work right here and maybe my extra lines, and there's my answer. Okay, so a squared. So that means I'm going to do 5, 3, 2, negative 10, and 5, 3, 2, negative 10. So 25 plus 6, so that's 31. Then I get 15 minus 30, which is negative 15. And then I get 5 times 2 is 10 minus 20, so that's going to get me negative 10. Then I'm going to get 6 plus 100, so 106. And then I'm going to erase all my extra. And there we have it as our answer. This one says I'm going to find the inverse of A. So that means I have to define the determinant first. So 5, 3, 2, negative 10. So I have to find the determinant first. So that's going to get me negative 50 minus 6. So negative 56. So 1 over negative 56. And then I switch A and D around. So this is negative 10. This is 5. Then I take the opposite of B and C. So if I multiply that out, I get positive. 10 over 56 is going to be 5 over 28. And then that's going to be 3 over 56. And this is going to be 1 over 28. And this is going to be 5 over 56. Okay, so B and D, we're supposed to add these together. So add these together. So if I have B is 9, negative 1, 2, negative 3, 4, 1. And I'm going to add that with D, which is 2, 3, negative 4, 0, 4, negative 7. So I'm going to add those, and I'm going to get 11, 2, negative 2, negative 3, 8, and negative 6. Over here, I'm going to multiply D times A. So D is, this is a 2 by 3, and this is a 2 by 2, right? 2 by 3, so this can't be done. So that's not possible. Then this one. Now, this is a 2 by 2, and this is a 2 by 3. Now, that is possible. So A is 5, 3, 2, negative 10. And D is 2, 3, negative 4, 0, 4, negative 7. Okay. So that's going to get 10 plus 0. That's going to get 15 plus 12. So it's 27. That's going to get negative, oh, I can't do this one in my head. Negative, oh, I probably could have. Negative 20 minus 21, so negative 41. And then next row and first column would get me 4 plus 0. Then we would have 6 minus 40, negative 34. And then we would have negative 8 plus 70, so 62. So then I erase my extra stuff. Bam, bam, bam. And there we go. And then we're going to have D. So D, oops, hello, is 2, 3, negative 4, 0, 4, negative 7, minus 3 times B, which is 9, negative 1, 2, negative 3, 4, 1. So first things first, I'm going to multiply. Okay, so minus, and that's going to be 27 minus 3, 6, negative 9, 12, and 3. So now we just subtract these. So negative 25, and then that's going to be 3 plus 3, which is 6, negative 4, negative 10, 0, that's 9, so 4 minus 12 is negative 8, and negative 7 minus 3 is negative 10. Okay. And we want the determinant of A. Didn't we already find the determinant of A? We did, but we'll do it again. 5, 3, 2, negative 10. I multiply and I get negative 50 minus 6, so negative 56. Okay, next. Simplify. So I'm going to add these together. So that's 0. That's going to get 1, 0, 1. This one, I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Negative 1 minus a negative 2, it's going to be 1. 2 minus a negative 5 is going to be 7. Negative 2, that's going to be negative 2. 1 minus 6 is negative 5. And negative 1. This one, multiply. So 9, 15, negative 18, 18, 0, 3. This one, I multiply by negative 4. So negative 24, 8, 12, and negative 20. This I'm going to add straight across. So negative 6 plus negative 3 is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Then 2 minus 6 is negative 4, so that gets negative 10. Okay, so here I'm going to multiply first. So I get negative 10, negative 4, negative 8, subtracting negative 5, negative 5, negative 4. So 10 minus a negative 5 will get negative 5. Negative 4 minus a negative 5 would get me 1. Negative 8 minus a negative 4 would get me negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply these. So I'm going to bring this here. Oops, that was weird. Negative 6, 0, negative 5, negative 6. And up here, I'm going to do... Oh, I could have just done it. That's okay. I'm going to do it right here. Oops. 2 and... Okay. So that's going to get me 6 and 0, so that's 6. And that's going to get me 36 and 0, so 36, that's an easy one. And then that's going to get me 5 plus 30, so that's going to get me 35. And then that's going to get me 30 minus 12, so that's going to get me 18. Erase my extra stuff. And there we go. Over here, I'm going to actually do what I was thinking of last time. Just bring this down here, negative 4, 3, 5. Okay, so this would be get me 3 here. Negative 16 plus 3, so negative 13. 20 plus 9 is 29. Then 0 plus 5. And then negative 16 plus 5 is negative 11. 20 plus 15 is 35. Okay. And find the determinant. So I multiply this way, negative 15 minus, multiply this way, 3. So I get negative 18. This one I multiply here, I get negative 10. Multiply this way, and I get negative 25. So that turns to a plus, so I get 15. Find the inverse. So I have first things first, I have to find the determinant. So negative 10, 6, 10, negative 6. So this way is going to get me 60 minus, and then this way is going to get me 60. That's 0. So undefined. Okay. This one, that's going to get me, oops, sorry. I have to write it correctly. 6, negative 6. And this will get me 60 minus 54. And that'll get me 6. So 1 over 6. I switch the positions, negative 6 and negative 10. I take the opposites of B and C. If I multiply that through, I get negative 1. I get negative 3 over 2. I get negative 1, and I get negative 5 over 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get it all in the picture. There we go. Use the table below to answer the following questions. 21 through 24. It shows the number of hair scrunchies the mom on the soccer team can make for the girls in 15 minutes. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to make a matrix. And I'm going to call it A. So that's going to be 2, 3, 2, 4. And then 1, 2, 2, 1. What does 3A represent? 3A is, this is 15 minutes, how long it took to do in 15 minutes. If I take that and I multiply it by 3, it would be how many they got done in 45 minutes. And it doesn't actually want me to find that. Okay, so then I want to do which cell would get mom number 3 in 15 minutes. Okay, so that's, oh, green's, I was looking for the color. Green is the first column, or the first row, and then we have the third mom over. 2-4, what does cell 2-4 mean? So row 2 is fancy glittery gold. Fancy glittery gold scrunchie. Okay, it's bad that I don't know how to spell this. Scrunchies made by mom number 4 in 15 minutes. Okay, so next, oh, what's the original equation? Okay, so the next original equation, we would do 6x plus 5y equals negative 10. We would do negative x plus 4y equals negative 8. Okay. And find x and y. So if I was to find the determinant, I would get 6, 5, negative 1, 4. My determinant would be 24 plus 5, which is 29. So 1 over 29. And I switch around my matrix. And I change B and C to the opposite. So I take my inverse and I multiply it by the original, which is 6, 5, negative 1, 4, times xy. Take my inverse, 4, negative 5, 1, 6, and I multiply that by my negative 10, negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to do some work down here. 1 over 29, 4, negative 5, 1, 6, and this is 6, 5, negative 1, 4. Okay, and I have to multiply this by 1 over 29. So that's going to get me 24 plus 5, so that's 29. And then I'm going to get 20 minus 20, so that's 0. And then I'm going to get 5. Is that right? Nope, I did that wrong. Oops. That's going to be 6 minus 6, that's 0. And then that's 5 plus 24, so that's 29. So that means up here I would get 1001, which is my, what do I want to call it? My identity. So then I'm going to multiply these. So I have 1 over 29. I'm going to multiply negative 516. And I'm going to multiply that by, oops, I didn't want to write that. So I have negative 10, negative 8. So when I get this, I have 1 over 29. I'm going to end up multiplying it by what gets in here. So that's going to be negative 40 plus 40, so that's 0. And then that's going to be negative 10 minus 48. Minus 48. So negative 58. So that means that this is going to be 0, negative 2. So my solution is 0, negative 2. That's the answer. Okay. Okay, so this next one, it says, use the information for 27 through 28. Matrix A is 180 degrees rotational matrix. Matrix B gives the coordinates of the shape shown. Okay. Calculate A times B. Okay. Negative 1, 2, 2. Negative 1, 3. Okay. So when I do this, I get 1. And this one I get negative 2. This one I get negative 2. This one I would get 0. This would get 1. This would get me 0, the negative 3, 0, 1. Okay, and erase my extra lines. Okay. And graph this on here. So 1, 1. Oops, helps if I have the 1, 1. Negative 2, negative 3. Negative 2, positive 1. Okay. Then we're supposed to use matrices to determine the cost of the parties. Okay. So first things first. We have the first one. This is 3, 7, 2, 1, 6, 0, 8, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2. And this one is 5.55, 6.75, 7. And this is, oops, I didn't make that long enough. Okay, this is 5, 4.95, 5.25, 90 cents, $1, 50 cents, 5.25, 4.60, and $4. So I made 2 matrices. Now let's talk about this. So anytime we're multiplying these, don't we do row, column, and these numbers have to be the same. And then I know that my answer is going to come out to a 2 by 3 because of these 2 numbers that are right here. So let's look at this. Right here, we have the type of celebration by food. And then over here, we have the food times the restaurant. Okay? This information is the same. So if I was to multiply these 2 together, that means that my answer is going to get the type of celebration it is by the restaurant. Okay? So, And hopefully you put this into a calculator on the computer, and you should have gotten 5870, 6150, 6275, 5625, 6230, 58, 4930, $50.45, and $49.75. Okay? Remember, these are the celebrations. So we have Minnie, we have Daisy, and we have Goofy. And then restaurants-wise, we have Stonefire, Rattlers, and we have Wood Ranch. So the question asks, which catering service should Goofy use? Well, if I look down here at Goofy's, which one is the smallest? Stonefire is. So he would use Stonefire.